Practice Plan. My name is Kara Salmon, and I'm completing this assignment for LM 564. The original problem that I decided to study was the correlation between chronic absenteeism among students and how well they do on standardized tests. In the 2021-2022 school year, the most missed class periods for students was between 201 and 300 missed classes, and 26% of the student population at Vincent Middle High School missed at least 175 individual class periods. This table shows the range of ACT scores earned by juniors and seniors at Vincent Middle High School during the 2021-2022 school year. The lowest composite score received was a 9, and the highest composite score received was a 34. This looks at the middle school side of Vincent. Most students did receive levels 3 and 4 on the ELA part of the ACAP exam, which means that they were proficient in those skills. Literature review. So research suggests that there are a number of issues surrounding chronic absenteeism concerning child-parent relationships, mental health issues among parents, parents' conflict, separation, divorce, and single parenting. So a lot of the reason that students are absent is because of their home life. Then we have the effects of what that chronic absenteeism looks like for elementary school students. So beginning in the early years, students who are chronically absent are much less likely to read at grade level by third grade, making them 4 times more likely to be pushed out of high school compared with their peers. And then studies have demonstrated that increases in attendance, even with small parental engagement, measures such as sending postcards to parents or sending text messages to parents, can improve those attendance numbers. So my study will be divided into 3 subgroups: students who are chronically absent but receive no intervention, regular school attendees, and chronically absent students with family involvement intervention. So 75 participants will be selected from the middle school side, and 75 will be selected from the high school side. And then the regular attendee group will consist of 25 middle school students and 25 high school students. Grade 9 students will be excluded from the study due to standardized testing requirements. They are not required to take the ACAP, pre-ACT, or ACT exam. 50 students will be selected for each experiment and control group. And the method of stratified random sampling has been chosen to ensure that students are chronically absent, and it will also ensure that the control group has regular school attendance. Instrumentation. So I will be looking at data results from standardized testing, the pre-ACT, ACAP, and the ACT will be used. These exams are administered in a controlled and consistent environment. Each student receives the same time limit for each section, and these exams do hold up the standard of reliability. So for collaboration, we will be increasing family involvement in the education of their students. This plan looks like scheduled parent nights as well as a system of communication for guardians of chronically absent students. Family involvement nights act as a bridge between guardians and the information needed to support their students' attendance, including tutorials and access to resources that may influence families' knowledge about their students' progress, such as digital access to grades, attendance records, and supplemental aids. Many parents are just not knowledgeable about how to log into the LMS system, such as Schoology or PowerSchool, and supplying tutorials on digital literacy as it relates to school operations can increase parent engagement and with itness. Procedures. The experimental plan involves three distinct groups: students who are chronically absent and enrolled in the family program, students who are chronically absent but are not enrolled in the family program, and students who have regular school attendance. All students will be taught by a certified teacher that attended an accredited program to ensure quality of instruction, and attendance will be recorded each individual class period and reported by the attendance clerk weekly using the same procedure to ensure uniformity. Participants enrolled in the family program will receive a phone call from a core teacher each time their student is absent. Mailed communication will be sent bi-weekly, including how many periods the student has missed during the previously logged 2-week period. Family nights will be scheduled bi-monthly on the first and third Thursday for the semester. The agenda will be announced no later than a week prior to each meeting, and digital logs will be used to document communication between teachers and parents and attendance at family nights. Although a new version of the pre-ACT, ACT, and ACAP with different questions is administered each cycle, the measuring capability is reliable. And then each core teacher will use the same method of parent contact and communication, phone calls, and then they will also all use the same digital logs to record communication. Family nights will be scheduled consistently and regularly, and the agenda will be available for participants prior to showing up for that event. Confidentiality of students. So participants in each experiment group will be assigned a number between 1 and 50 to achieve that anonymous status. Excuse me. The conductor of each research will be the only party that has access to identities of the participants. Although there's little to no risk stemming from participation, informed consent will be collected as well. Population. So Vincent Middle High School is located in a rural community and has about 450 students enrolled in grades 6 through 12. The accessible population will consist of students in grades 10 through 12, and the second group will be in grades 6 through 8. This will supply a sizable pool from which to extract data. Human protection. There is little to no risk for the participants of the study. Daily attendance is already recorded and reported in core and elective courses. Students are already aware of testing procedures and expectations surrounding testing, such as the pre-ACT, ACT, and ACAP, and interruptions to daily routines are not expected. Results. Research suggests that family involvement is one of the best practices to increase student attendance. For example, Bakersfield City District in California reported a drop of approximately 3.35% in chronic absenteeism after starting a family involvement program during the 2014-2015 school year. The data collection occurred over 3 school years, and the drop was noted at the conclusion of the 2018-2019 school year. By implementing a family involvement program, we expect that students will attend school more often and outperform chronically absent students who do not take part in the family involvement program on standardized tests. The results will be achieved through communication between teachers and parents and regularly scheduled family nights. Family involvement will decrease chronic absenteeism and in turn increase student learning and performance on summative exams. A noticeable growth in student achievement would require chronically absent students who are enrolled in the family involvement program to attend school more regularly and achieve better scores on summative standardized tests. Upon reflection, it may be more beneficial to the study to use predetermined benchmark exams to measure student achievement as opposed to yearly standardized tests. This could get a more accurate and frequent measure of how the intervention is going. And I would like to see research be done to determine the most common causes of chronic absenteeism and determine what at home interventions could be utilized.